Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
The Hitmakers.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
Good day to every single one of you, wherever you are on the planet. You are tuned in, you are locked into the one and only, the Lunar Lounge podcast with myself, Israel Josie. If you haven't hit that subscription button, do hit it now. One thing that I do want to say, okay, I'm trying something new here. They say speak it into existence and so it shall be. I'm actually streaming also live on YouTube and Facebook also as well. And it's supposed to also be on Instagram, but there seems to be some technical difficulties. Well, this is what you get with, Mercury retrograde, right? But it is what it is. Okay, what else did I want to say? I'm going to be bringing up the chart in a moment, seeing what's happening there. But I'm using a total new platform here. So it's all new to me. I'm looking a bit weird, even on the screen. I'm like, what's happening here? But don't worry, I'm going to get down to all of that. And we shall get the show on the road. As you all know, Tarot Card of the Week. So that is coming, that will be coming later on. Tarot Card of the Week. Competition. Really interesting. Just to let you know, no winners. Anyway, it is what it is. So shout outs to everybody who has taken time to tune in. I know it's the festive season coming up, and many of you ain't got time for that. You're doing your little shopping, right? Getting your turkeys ready and your vegetables and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, it is what it is. So I'm just looking here to see if people are in the chat room. Okay. See now, yeah. But like I said, I'm working on a very new platform today. So yeah, you're just gonna have to bear with me until I get used to all these bits and bobs and I've got to get used to this. It's a new platform. But it allows me, remember I was speaking last week about the ability to be able to, if there was a platform that could do all one. Well, I've kind of got one, if you get what I mean. But it's not totally fully functioning yet. So obviously not. Shout outs to Yvette. Okay, so somebody's joined me, so I do know that that's working on that that front. So no worries there. So I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook. I should be live on the Insta. I'm not too sure whether to just use my phone and just connect the Insta, because my Insta folks are probably thinking, well, what the hell is going on, and why is it that we can't hear him, or what's happening basically. So I'm going to be doing that as I'm speaking with you. Like I said, I'll be bringing up the chart of the moment. Few things coming up. End of the year is coming up, so we're going to be speaking about all of the planetary configurations and how it's affecting us over here on planet Earth, right? So yeah, so I'm just going on the Insta just for the people there. I know people are going to be like, what are they? I thought he's meant to be starting a show. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right, we'll deal with that later. So yeah, I'm meant to be getting some stream. No. Listen, man, Mercury retrograde. So it is. However, I am thankful for Mercury retrograde because it's allowed me to be able to get this platform, although I'm new to it and I have to get used to the whole, platform thing. It will come. It's saying, we're telling your followers that you have started a live video. Thank you very much, Instagram. Okay, so it is what it is. So hopefully you're seeing me clear. You're hearing me clear. You should be. Welcome to. Oh, look at the first person in the room on my Insta is Myriad. How you doing, my dear? I hope you're well. Speak about Mercury retrograde. Myriad here is somebody I'm talking off my Instagram, of course. I haven't seen in a good number of years, and she hit me up when Mercury was in retrograde, right? You know how it is. So yeah. Somebody's saying pause due to pause. What pause? What's going on here? I'll tell you what, this Mercury retrograde is going on. Who's this in the chat? Shout outs to E. All I can see is E. Hello all. Welcome to the show. Like I said, normally I stream live from Zoom. Zoom allows you to be able to stream live from allows you to stream live from Facebook and also from YouTube. And normally I would connect it through to YouTube, but this week last week I was complaining. Well, I wasn't complaining. I was making an observation that it's Elaine. Okay, shout outs to Elaine. Is it? I don't want to say your surname if it is you. Okay, but shout outs to Elaine. So I had a feeling it was you actually. I was saying last week that it would be nice if there was a platform where I could stream everything, and I mean everything. If I could stream, from Facebook, from Instagram, from wherever, all these different platforms. And surely enough, it's there seems to be one. So I called it into existence, and I found it, and it found me. But yes, it's I had a feeling it was you. I've got it, but it's just not perfected yet. You see, that's the Mercury retrograde. You see, so it is what it is. It's just not perfected yet, but it will be perfected by next week. Okay, and you can give me my flowers then. Right now, so it is what it is. So let's see how we do for today, or how I do for today. How I do for today. I don't know. Mercury's got my tongue. And like I said, I'm just going to be fiddling around with this. It's a new platform, but I am streaming, or I should be streaming live on YouTube. Well, I am. Obviously, I am, because I've been saying hello to the people who I can see. So no worries there. Like I said, I'll be bringing up the chart for the moment. This is the bit for the people who are on Instagram, because normally, I'm doing it right now. I'm streaming live now on Instagram, but from my phone. And the issue with that is I tend to get calls coming in. People are ringing me during the show, trying to sell me stuff. Anyhow. But with this platform now, I don't have to do that. So definitely starting from next week, this will no longer be the case. Shout outs to Faye in the chat room on the YouTube. Welcome. So that's not going to be the case. So I will be able to stream now from YouTube, from Instagram. Those are the two main places I want to. You see, like now, I keep getting poor due to, poor connection, what the hell's going on here? Again, this is all part of it, right? So that will be definitely sorted. I don't think I can do it right now in the middle, but it should have been. But right now, as I'm speaking to you, I am streaming on Facebook. I should be on Facebook, and I should also be on, I am on Instagram and YouTube. Well, I am on YouTube because I can see everybody. Shout outs to Angela. Also entered the chat as well. I think there may be some issues here with my Instagram, but next week I'm gonna definitely, like I said, so I've got the platform now, so I don't care. People can call me, starting from next week, people can call me in the middle of the show. I ain't gonna pick up your phone call. It is what it is. everything's going to be streamed live from my PC to my Instagram, through my Instagram, or to my Instagram, to my YouTube channel, to my Facebook, to my LinkedIn. I've got other platforms as well that I can stream to all simultaneously. So it is what it is. Shout outs to Alison, who has also just joined me here on the live as well. So what are we going to be talking about today? I'll see what's in the news, what's popular. Planetary alignments, of course. So I'll be bringing up the chart for the moment. Tarot card of the week. I think I've mentioned that already. Competition, no winners. However, you don't get the 30 squid, the 30 squilla. It's going to have to be a rollover. And I'm going to be asking another question. I was going to say answering there because I'm just going to give you the answer and I'm just going to set another question. And you know what? It may even be more difficult than that one. Anywho, let's continue. What has been the top things that are being in the news? I do want to bring that up also as well in a moment. And let's see. What was that? Faye, you're saying you were late. Don't worry, I was late as well, man. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't watch that one. It is what it is. But anyway, I've got this new platform thing, and like I said, it's thing. I think I've even got the sound effects. I think I may have sound effects. I may have the sound bites. It is what it is. Shout out to MQ. Also join me here on the Insta Live. So yeah, it looks like I've got this the sound bites. I think I have. Can I have a cheer? Yes. The sound bites are alive and well. Did you all hear that? Tell me if you heard that. Surely you heard that. The sound bites are in, but they just need to be obviously. They need to be done better. Don't worry, I'm gonna get on that. Give me some time. 2024 is our year. We're moving up and up. Speaking of 2024, I'm doing a lecture. I'm doing a talk next week, Thursday, on the 28th, I believe it lands. Is it 28th or 29th? Let me just double check that again. It is the 28th. Okay. So on the 28th, I'm going to be doing a talk at 7:30 p.m. UK time, looking at the astrological configurations of what 2024 has in store for us. What is it that we're going to be looking forward to? Planetary aspects, planets moving into different signs, and so on and so forth. Talking about, all on the mundane level, of course, or maybe on the mundane level, how it's going to be manifesting for us. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, 28. Yes. Yeah, okay. If it's telling me to say yes, we heard loud and clear. So that means you ain't gonna, hold me hostage, are you? Ain't gonna be none of that. Okay. That's what I want to hear. Okay, so it seems like the sound bites are there. But I'm gonna be getting some new ones, don't you worry. So let's see how that goes. And I need to sort out this Instagram thing because in no time now, again, phone's going to be ringing and I'm using my phone. And yes, shout outs to Miss Johnson in the building. Welcome to the show. What is it I was going to say? Okay, so I'm going to bring up the chart again in a moment. Like I said, I'm using this new platform. It's all new to me. See, these are the things you do when Mercury is retrograde. And especially right now when he's trine Jupiter also as well. And sextile Saturn. Really thankful for this Mercury retrograde. I've learned so much. And that's what it's about. Really going back, learning your stuff. Learning the stuff that I should have learned. I should know this stuff by now. At least 6 months ago. But okay. Give thanks for Mercury retrograde. It's all happening now. It's all coming all into play. So yeah, what is it else I was going to say? I was going to mention something about what I saw in the news. There's something about Donald Trump. I saw something about Donald Trump. We may talk. I may talk about that later on. See how that goes. There was something about inflation. Well, I'll probably speak about that in a bit also as well, because that's probably going to coincide with some of the astrological stuff that I'm going to be speaking about. So I won't go too much into that. However, before I go any further, one bottle down, another one is here. You know me, I'm always refreshing and restocking on my water. Yeah, you got to. Shout outs to Martina, who joined me also on the Instagram as well. So I'll be bringing up the chart for the moment and discussing where and what it is we can be looking forward to over the course of the coming weeks. Shout out to Katz or Catherine, who also joined me here on the Insta. Next week as well, what is going to be really great about the Insta is that, like I said, I've got a platform now. Shall I mention the platform? It doesn't matter. Shout out to Dr. Layla. Okay, also joined me. But what's happening now, I've got this other platform where I can just stream everything from the same place. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Great. It's great. This is what I've wanted. Okay. So it is what it is. So let's see how that goes. Although I was just trying to link now with the Instagram, because the Instagram, I'm doing it actually through my phone, but I'm actually getting this hiya Layla. I'm actually keep getting this message coming up on my phone telling me like poor reception. So hey, it is what it is. I didn't say congrats, you found the software. Yeah, I found the platform. It's not a software. I found the platform. Like I said, when you speak this stuff into existence, you see, it wasn't really a creative. I just thought, well, why not? I mean, it's the thing to do. You know, people are streaming, you know, more and more, especially since the whole COVID situation. Why not have a platform where you can stream from one place? Well, I got it. It's called StreamYard. Some of you probably know it already. It's called StreamYard. So yeah, you can sign up to them for free. But obviously you get minimal kind of things, but you can sign up. They've got another one, like a individual one, and then a professional one. But and obviously the higher end, you get more tools to be able to use. But it's a great platform. My main reason why I subscribed to it, of course, or why I bought into it is because you could stream. It allowed, and actually the streaming from Instagram is a new thing. They weren't doing that before. Now they are. Before, you could stream from YouTube, Facebook, I believe LinkedIn, and one of these other Twitch or whatever it's called. But now they're doing from Instagram. However, I was trying to link my Instagram now with it, and it's telling me, oh, something about it only allows 1 hour, and after 1 hour, it cuts off. Brother, what's going on? Man, I don't ask for my money back, you know, because I already had a platform. I could stream live from YouTube from my Zoom account. I don't need another one, but hey, it is what it is. But the thing is once I'll be able to stream for the people on Instagram, you'll be able to see when I put up the chart, as I'm going to be putting up the chart right now, and you guys will be able to see that. So, you know, that's what that's about. So let's see what is happening there. Anyway, let's bring up the chart for the meantime, and let's see what is happening there. Okay, okie dokie. It is what it is, right? So the moon is in Aries. A little bit fiery, baby. Bring on that heat. We all like a little bit of heat, don't we? Don't we? Don't we? We do. Moon is in Aries, so got that initiating energy going on here right now. The sun is nearly at the end of Sagittarius, a few more days, and we're entering the winter solstice. I'll be talking about that briefly as well. Shout outs to Mason also as well, who's also joined me on the Instagram live. Another thing, guys, another bit of news. Thanks to Mercury retrograde, guess what? I got my newsletter and it's going to be dropping tomorrow. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, right? You're saying, what? Dropping newsletter in a Mercury retrograde? Yeah. So it's actually the Mercury retrograde that made it happen. Mercury retrograde, don't you worry. It's something that's been in the pipeline before the Mercury retrograde, don't you worry. However, the Mercury retrograde made me allowed to, again, found another platform. Shout outs to Alicia. Found out another platform that, again, good platform, what I can use. So all you guys that I've got your emails, you're going to be getting the first of my newsletters coming into your inbox from tomorrow. And I'm going to be bombarding you with spam mail. I'm joking. But you'll probably be getting news like at least every 2 weeks. The newsletter is going to be monthly. So the newsletter is going to be, I want it to coincide with every time the sun moves into a different sign. So it'll be around about this time of the month, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, depending on the time of the year. So newsletter is here, baby. That's what it's about. Thank you. Newsletters here. So you're going to be getting the newsletter, and there's so much there. I've been talking all about the planets and, planets moving into one sign to another, coming out of retrograde, all that stuff, new moon, full moons, all that kind of, and any kind of little advertising, just little prompts about the podcast and whatnot. You're going to see it all there coming into your mail tomorrow. Hey, so watch out for that. So thank you very much, Faye. Somebody's acknowledging my work. However, let's go to the chart of the moment and let's see where the planets are right about now. So moon is in Aries. So we've established that. So fiery. The show may get a little bit heated. You know how it is. But it is what it is. I'll talk about the sun moving into Capricorn, winter solstice. Shout outs to Karen, who's also joined me here on the live. The sun will be moving into Capricorn in just under 2 days' time. It's the beginning of the winter solstice. I will be talking about that very, very soon. We've got Venus. She's making her approach, making her trine to the planet Neptune. That's really good. Hi there, Karen. We've got, at the moment, Mercury trine Jupiter. I'll speak about that in a moment. Very good. We've got Mercury sextile Saturn. Mercury's in a really good position at the moment. You can see why I'm getting shit done, right? Okay. I practice what I preach, baby. You better believe it. Mars is going to be coming up to a square to Neptune. So let's talk about that. We've got a full moon coming up just after Christmas. Okay. Well, Christmas is on Monday, right? So on Tuesday, no, on the Wednesday. Are you telling me I'm going to be doing a thing on a full moon? It bloody well looks like it, doesn't it? Oh dear. It's on the 27th. I'm not going to be doing a podcast on the 27th, am I? God, got to be joking me. I'll have to see how that one goes, man. Yeah, looks like I'm doing a podcast on the full moon in Cancer. I'll speak about that in a moment. Other things that we need to speak about as well. Mercury's going retrograde. Mercury's about to move back into Sagittarius. We're going to have Jupiter going direct. New Year's Eve. You've really... How does this work out? It's really crazy. How does this work out? How are these planets managing to do this? On New Year's Eve, Jupiter comes out of retrograde and starts to move direct. All of that is in my newsletter, which you're going to be getting tomorrow, but I will be speaking about it anyway, regardless. So, I mean, what else is there that I should be looking out for? And then the new year, 2024. And like I said earlier on, Mason saying, you are the moon's child, so run that show. Well, that's me being told. That's me being told by the feminine, the mother, okay? Get it done, baby. Get to work. So yeah, that looks like I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be knackered though, man. I don't know. Might have to do a pre-recording or something. I don't know. Let's see how that goes. So, what else is it I was going to say? So, we've got full moon, like I said. Then we're going to have the new year. I'm doing a lecture next week. It's for £20. Next week, Thursday. It's looking at the year 2024. I'm going to be going through all of the things that we're going to be, encountering. Planets moving into different signs, Pluto moving into Aquarius, Jupiter moving into Gemini, Jupiter conjunct Uranus. We got 4 eclipses. We got the usual Mercury retrograde. He'll be moving, going retrograde. We got Mars retrograde also again next year. Ooh, it's looking good, looking exciting. So stay there. So I'm doing a lecture on that. About all of that, you will get in your newsletter tomorrow. Anyhow, let's get back to the chart for right now. So, where do I want to start? Where do I want to start? Let's talk about Mercury. Well, we know Mercury is retrograde at the moment. Mercury is retrograde, and we know what that's about. It's about going back over things. He's still in Capricorn at the moment, so it's still more practical, more earthy. I've just been finding myself being more practical right now, just being more hands-on, just looking to get my hands in the dirt. You know what I'm trying to say? Just, that kind of Capricorn approach. So it's been good. However, a couple of days ago, Mercury was trine to Jupiter. Really good. I made a little, if you want to say, video on social media about that. Really good about learning new things. Jupiter Mercury is about expanding your mind. It's about learning new things, reading new things, studying, expanding the mind, expanding ideas, becoming more creative. You see, if the mind expands, more can come in. So you can get more knowledge, right? So that is how essentially the that's how it's going down. So Mercury Jupiter has been good. It can be good for trade. Any of you traders out there, it can be good. Shout outs to the Brain Bar who joined me here on the Instagram. Jupiter Mercury can be really good for trade. So if any of you guys who are trading, I just haven't got time. I really want to get into the trading aspect. It's really, really revealing to have a tool like astrology, because it really sort of like helps you understand when the ups and the downs are going to be. Mercury is a very good one to watch, especially for the stock markets and so on and so forth. Well, anyway, that's been a really good one, but it's waning now because, again, Jupiter's retrograde as well. Well, until next week. They actually go direct roughly about the same time, to be quite honest. Jupiter's going to come out of retrograde on the 31st, and then a few days later, Mercury's coming out of retrograde. So, hey, it is what it is. However, Mercury Jupiter is being really good. That's expanded us. It's really allowed us to build and exercise our mental faculties, mental talents. So that's been really good. However, since yesterday, Mercury is also sextiling Saturn. Now that's really good. Why do I say that's really good? Because Mercury is in the sign of Capricorn. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So for those of you, my students, or those of you who are more versed in astrology, we all know what that means. It's a reception. So Mercury is being received very well by Saturn because he's in his sign. So that's really good. That's going to be very helpful. It's really good for focusing, concentration. I've had some really good focus, concentration in the last couple of days. I've really been able to plan, you see, really just, even with this stuff, with this platform, it wasn't easy, I had to really, I know there's like all these tutorials, but I just had to figure it out. Well, what is that? What's that? What happens when I click that? And I still haven't, I'm still, getting the hang of it. So, it's there. But, yeah, it is what it is. So that is how the Mercury Saturn has been. But really good for concentration, really good for really getting pragmatic, getting practical, especially with Mercury in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is a sign that likes to be hands-on. It needs to be hands-on, needs that organized kind of energy. It's very, very important. So yeah, shout outs to Mercury Saturn sextile. So that's really been good. That's going to perfect tomorrow. So tomorrow, the 21st of December, is when Mercury and Saturn are going to be perfected. Yeah, they're going to be exact in terms of that sextile. Very, very good. So guys, if you've got any work that is unfinished, this is a great time to really do it, especially in the next 48 hours. Like, do it 48, 60 hours. Really good time over the next 2-3 days. Shout outs to Tiffany from Memphis, Tennessee. Welcome to the show. So yeah, that is the Mercury Saturn. If you've got anything that's been on the back burner, here is the time. Just focus, just take your time. If you're having any difficulty trying to resolve, just take your time and boom, voila, you will get it. So yeah, don't worry about being late, Tiffany. So was I. Mercury retrograde, mate. Like I said, I'm using this new platform, so it's like it's different. You're probably seeing the screen that it's a little bit different from what it was before, and that's all part of it. So I still have to fiddle around with that. And how am I going to get this picture and get that picture? It'll come. It is what it is. So yeah. So that's what I need to perhaps maybe make that screen bigger. Let me see how you guys are actually seeing that screen. Actually, are you guys seeing the screen in a light that is very, very helpful? Can you see the chart all right? Is it is it something that you can see? Okay, all right, that's big enough. It's big enough. You can see that. You know what I mean? So anyway, as I was saying, so Mercury Saturn, that's really good. Now, then what happens is normally it's on the 21st the sun moves into Capricorn. I don't think it's the case this time around. I think it actually goes into the 22nd before. Yeah. Well, now when I say 22nd, so there he goes. So it looks like he's moving into Capricorn right about, we could say technically speaking, it is the 21st because the sun hasn't risen yet. So he's going to be moving into Capricorn round about 3 a.m. GMT, UK time. So for those of you who are on the east coast of the US, and for those of you who are on the west coast as well, I guess, it's going to be the 21st for you guys. Sun moving into Capricorn. Well, okay. Sun moves into Capricorn. And I wrote a little piece about that, which is also going to be in your newsletter tomorrow. I'm so happy about this newsletter. Like, finally, I got it off. Thanks for Mercury retrograde. Being that it's Mercury retrograde, knowing me, there's probably going to be a few errors in there. But hey, all right, well, it is what it is. Going to have to proofread. Shout outs to, is it Janice Luna? Welcome to the show. So yeah, so the sun is going to be moving into Capricorn. What is that about? it's the winter solstice. For us in the northern hemisphere, it's the longest night and the shortest day. Okay, so it represents symbolically a time when the sun has reached its lowest point for us in the northern hemisphere. It begins the season of winter, and it's the winter solstice. The word solstice means to stand still. Okay, the word solstice means to stand still. Because what happens is, on that day from the 21st, 22nd, round and round and thereabouts, the sun seems to stand still, meaning it seems like it doesn't move. It is moving, everything is moving, but it's just moving extremely slow. So it seems to be standing still, and then what happens, it seems to stand still for approximately 3 days, and then it starts to move, and then the days start to get longer and longer and longer and longer until we come to the spring equinox. Then it's equal. Then it goes longer and longer until we get to the summer solstice, where it's the longest day, shortest night. That's for us in the northern hemisphere. People in the southern hemisphere will be experiencing the opposite. Always important to point that out. So, it's the rebirth. It's a renewal. Hence your Christ story, or Jesus being born at Christmas. I don't want to get into no religious debates right about now, or seem like I'm having a go at anybody's philosophical or religious beliefs. But that is the original birthing of the Christ. The sun being born again, rising up again. So this is where your ancient festivals of Saturnalia, because again, sun moving into Capricorn, in amongst the ancient Romans, they celebrated. Shout outs to Amanda. The ancient Romans celebrated Saturnalia, where we get Saturnalia. So it was celebration in honor of the festival of Saturn. It was a harvest period. So it was a period where obviously there was, a certain amount of crops around, hence why people would feast. Shout outs to Joy to Make Art Club. So people would feast and have the festive season, essentially speaking. So the Christmas that we are celebrating today, and again, I'm not having a go at any Christians or anybody of your religious belief, is an amalgam of various celebrations that took place in various parts of the world around that time. So you've got a combination of Saturnalia, which is ancient Roman. You've got Yule, spent Yule, Yule, which was acknowledged by the Celtics, the Druids. You see, you have all of these. You have the amongst Zoroastrianism, you have all the concept of the birth of Mithras. Yeah, the Messiah being born. As a matter of fact, there are quite a number of mythological stories that speak about Christ being born around that December the 25th. Not just Jesus, quite a number of them. So that these are things again that need to be spoken about, but I won't go too much into that. I just want to go more into the astrological aspect of it. So it gives us that new beginning. It's all about that new renewal, right? It's a portal. It's a very important time. Capricorn is what's known as a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs initiate. Yeah. Shout outs to Sacred Flame. So Capricorn is a cardinal sign. cardinal signs are about initiating. They're about new beginnings. This is what they bring about. So when the sun moves in to the sign of Capricorn, shout out to Miss Delectable. This is Delectable? Shout out. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. How are you doing, Sacroflame? So the Capricorn energy is a time that is indicating collectively that it's a time when we're being ushered forward, where we're initiating, we're moving into that new season, the new birthing, the birthing of the sun, the rising of the sun after the sun reaches its lowest point for us in the northern hemisphere and begins to rise again. This is essentially what it is about. Hence the festive periods and the festive seasons and so on and so forth, taking us into the new year. So that is the importance about the winter solstice. It's very, very important. It's a very, very important time. And although that it coincides also with Christmas and stuff like that, not all cultures celebrate Christmas on, if you go amongst the Russian Orthodox, the Greek Orthodox, the Ethiopian Orthodox, they celebrate Christmas on January the 7th. Because, you see, essentially it was based on the lunar calendar. They used the lunar calendar for timing. So full moons and new moons would, from the moment the sun enters Capricorn to, for that first 2-3 weeks, the new moon or full moons around that period can land anytime within that period. So they were using lunar, you see. But when they fixated it, they just stuck with the date. December 25th. It is what it is. December 25th today, where December 25th was 1,000 years ago. Yeah, everything is moving. Okay, so we're entering the sign of Capricorn. Shout outs to all you Capricorns. We all like to give a shout out to all the Capricorns, don't we? And who are the popular Capricorns that we like to speak about? I know we're not in the season of Capricorn yet, but okay, I'll just give a shout out and a cheer for the Capricorns. But I think I'll do the shout outs next week more or on the Sunday show for the Capricorns. But yeah, we still celebrate you and we are welcoming you in, even though you're about a day and a bit. It is what it is. What else? When the sun moves into Capricorn, it's going to make a sextile to Saturn. Again, very good. Okay? It's going to make a sextile to Saturn. So between December 22nd, 23rd, 24th, let me put it on days here and let's have a look here. On the 24th is when 24th/25th is when the sun is going to perfect the sextile to Saturn. That's really going to be good. Good for doing some nice hard work. Really getting structured and being organized, being more disciplined. How do I pronounce that name? Chijalia? Welcome to the show, Chijalia. It's really about structuring and owning responsibility. So that's going to be quite good. Good period. I suppose coming up to the Christmas, it's going to be quite good also as well. Sun moves into Capricorn. But hey, guess what? The sun moves into Capricorn, sextiles Saturn, which is good, and then starts to trine Jupiter. Now, this is really good. I spoke about this a few weeks ago. The sun trine Jupiter literally on Christmas Day. That's not when it's perfecting. The sun trine Jupiter is going to perfect On the 27th, on the full moon, the sun will trine Jupiter exact at 5 degrees of the sun will be at 5 degrees of Capricorn. Jupiter will be at 5 degrees of Taurus. Really good. Cool stuff. We like that, don't we? Of course we do. Now, shout outs to, is it Tariq? Is it Tariq? Welcome to the show. So on the full moon, on the 27th of December, we're going to have a full moon in the sign of Cancer. Now, that's a big full moon. Why? Because the moon rules Cancer. Highly sensitive. And I think it's quite appropriate for that time of the year anyway. Why? Because that's when people are around with family, we huddled around the table and eating all the food. And, for those of people, obviously, who acknowledge and who celebrate Christmas, of course. But there's many people who not necessarily Christians, but they'll still, out of tradition. It has a sentimental kind of energy, Shout outs to Sister Aura. If they were to ban Christmas, for example, people would still, do something celebratory around that time of the year anyway. So it is what it is. So yeah, sun is going to be trying Jupiter. That's really good. Upliftment, good luck. There will be a sense of we're going to feel good about ourselves. We're going to feel high about ourselves. Okay? Great for opportunities, taking advantage. You really want to take advantages of any opportunities that come to you during that time. 27th of December, Sun is going to trine Jupiter. Really going to be good. I really like that. I'm feeling that one. However, I want to talk about something that's really close to that. I have been speaking about it over the last couple of weeks. Venus took pretty much today/tomorrow. Tomorrow, the 21st. It's all happening around the 21st, isn't it? All these sensitive planets. Venus is going to be exactly opposed to Uranus. Now, for those of you who are doing your shopping and doing your Christmas shopping and stuff like that, or doing any other kind of shopping, watch it. Venus-Uranus is like erratic spending. It's like Venus-Uranus is like being pumped with electric volts, 1,000 volts just being pumped into your wallet. Now, although that could have money coming in, equally, that will also be money coming out. Somebody saying my nephew's Earth Day is 2 days, my sister's on the 22nd, 25th, all December. Oh, yeah. Venus is going to be opposing Uranus around that time. Quite interesting. And that's when the sun is also going to be moving into Capricorn. So do watch out for the Venus-Uranus. For you guys who are single, that could be a bit of an opportunity. Watch out for that one who just springs out the blue. The one you weren't even, the one that you weren't even like looking for. Unpredictable. But yeah, Venus-Uranus can be really. With this, we need to be experimental. Be experimental with our relationships, also with perhaps maybe social life, because Venus is also our social life, right? Venus is also our pleasures, where we seek pleasures. So you want to be experimental with that. Maybe finding new friends, stuff like that, people coming out of the blue. So that's Venus-Uranus also as well. But the spending can be somewhat a bit erratic, so do watch out for that. Shout outs to Dijan. Is it Dijana or Dijan? Dijan. I can never pronounce some of these names. Do forgive me. Welcome to the show. So yeah, as I was saying, Venus Uranus, it can spend money really, really quick and hastily and doesn't think without doing it. Somebody saying here, single for single over decades, it seems, still waiting, not seeking. Well, maybe you want to take advantage. Shout out to Jasmine. Maybe you want to take advantage of this Venus Uranus. Venus Uranus, again, remember what I said. It's experimental. Venus Uranus is about trying something different. The thing is with, in most cases of relationships, is people just do the same thing. This is why sometimes relationships die out, because you're doing the same thing. Like you did that last year, the year before. Try to do something different. Go somewhere different. Try to meet different people. Try to mingle amongst different areas. Try to experiment. Venus Uranus means we must come out of the comfort zone. Uranus is a planet that takes you out of the comfort zone. That's why it's unpredictable, it's erratic. So do something unpredictable and erratic. You see, when you work with the planets will then bless you. They will work with you. What we're doing a lot of the time, sometimes as human beings, is that sometimes it's like we're rowing the boat upstream. We're not going with the flow. So go with the flow of the planets, and in return, you get it. You get the blessing. Tiffany's letting me know he's right about Venus Uranus. I have Mars conjunct square Jupiter, Uranus conjunction. Mars conjunct square, okay, Uranus, okay, right, got ya. You got Mars conjunct, hold on. I have, am I reading this right? I have Mars, I have Venus Mars conjunction square Jupiter Uranus. Woohoo! Red alert, red alert. Yeah, Venus conjunct Mars. Yeah, I know what that's about. I just played it. You heard the sound. That's Venus Mars. Venus Mars is. So yeah, that's what that's about. Yeah, and square Jupiter Uranus. Oh, God, Lord have mercy. Yeah, well, that's very exciting. That's full of energy. It's love and war. It's intense and smooth, all rolled into one. So yeah, but Venus Uranus really needs you to be experimental in your ways. Got to experiment. Got to try something different. Come out of that comfort zone. Venus Uranus. So while Venus is opposing Uranus right now, do that. I urge you to, somebody saying lucky Tiffany. Yeah, it's true, Yvette. And you know what? That person who said that also has Venus Uranus as well, by the way. I just got out here. Can I get a reset? What are we talking about? Okay. Outer Shell Alchemy. Welcome to the show. Well, this is a podcast. I'm doing my podcast. From next week, I am going to be streaming my podcast on Instagram from my computer. So you guys are going to be able to be seeing what I'm seeing or what I'm looking at on the computer as well when I share the screen. That's first and foremost. Just wanted to put that out there because I'm just so happy that I've got this platform now where I can do all this streaming and stream to multiple platforms all at once. So coolio. I'm talking about astrology. This is a podcast that is astrologically centered. It tends to be astrologically orientated. So I'm speaking about the various planetary configurations that are happening right now, that are coming over the next couple of weeks. That's what I've been talking about. So I'm talking about, at the moment, the Venus opposing Uranus right now, and what that somewhat implies, or what is that asking of us to do, or how best to use it. So yeah, Venus Uranus is asking of us to bring in a breath of fresh air into our values. What is it that we value? You know, our approach towards relationships, money, perhaps spending your money on something different also as well. That can also pause due to poor connection. I keep getting this message saying pause due to poor connection on my, that ain't going to be happening from next week, you know, because you're going to be on my computer. I'm going to be streaming you live from there. So yeah, it's that Venus Uranus is really asking for this Venus Uranus. This is where you get lots of heated arguments in relationships, and disruption and things of that nature. I'm just glad my Venus in Pisces, so it calms down the Mars most of the time, and the Jupiter in Sag, so truth will always be a priority. Yeah, can be a difficult one though. Mason is saying memories and experiences are the value we attach to things. Yeah, but it's about creating something new, especially with Uranus. Uranus is really about that new. So, it peaks tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow is going to be the peak. Well, tomorrow is going to be the peak of the Venus Uranus. What else did I want to talk about? Well, I'll tell you what I do want to talk about. On the 23rd of December, Mercury is retrograding back into Sagittarius. Shout outs to Dominica. Mercury is going to go back into Sagittarius. So hey, read my newsletter. It'll be in there. But he's going to go back into Sagittarius. One thing that I've got my eye out on is Mars. Mars is coming up to square the planet Neptune. Okay? There is a Mars-Neptune square. It's probably fair to say that it's happening already. And the Mars square Neptune will perfect on the 29th of December. Shout outs to Samatrinda. Is it Samatrinda? Samatrinda. Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Terrible with names. So yeah, we got the full moon on the 27th in Cancer. Real big one, real sensitive one. Remember, full moons are about things coming to fruition. They're about completion. So we got Mars squaring Neptune. Mars squaring Neptune. This is a point where Mars's energy gets diffused. So we may feel a little bit lost. Because remember, Mars is to do with our energy, our motivation. It's a good job it's going to be after Christmas. It looks like after Christmas, there's going to be a bit of a high because we got Sun, Jupiter. So we're being uplifted. So we got Sun, Jupiter. Whether we're partying, whatever it is that we're doing, there's going to be a really big high. And then after Christmas is like, ugh. So careful of what you're eating and drinking, guys. Yes, Uranus demands newness and fast. No F's given, definitely. For sure. So Mars square Neptune, that will totally Sister Aura. Oh no, Mars square Neptune. I'm already feeling this. Yeah, it's kind of happening already. There's a bit of a build-up already. But it's on the 29th is when it really gets, coming up to that 29th is when it really gets into the fire. It may not have been the Mars-Neptune that you've been feeling already. That may be the Sun square Neptune. The Sun has been square Neptune since for quite some time. Well, I would say definitely in the firing line from about the 12th of December, 13th of December. So since last week, the Sun has been square Neptune. That perfected on the 16th of December, 16th, 17th. Now Mars is coming up. So, yeah, Neptune will definitely will deal with the matter. Then on the 30th, then what's happening? Well, actually, on the 27th, Chiron is also going direct as well on that day. So that's interesting. It will be in the newsletter, so you'll all get that tomorrow. On the 31st, Jupiter comes out of retrograde, starts to go direct. Whippy. Now, I do like that because that takes us into 2024, and we're going to be seeing some, that's one good start to the year, I must say. Even though Mercury is still going to be retrograde, but we know Mercury always goes retrograde, so that's all right. We don't have to worry too much about that. But yes, Jupiter is going direct, starting to move forward. So we can start to have a bit more faith. We can start to have more confidence and things manifesting our fortune. Shout outs to Imelda. Our fortune really moving into forward progress with Jupiter coming out of retrograde. So that's good. I'm liking that. I'm feeling that one. Taking that one all on board. Oh, yeah. Yeah, bring that all on, man. So yeah, coolio. On the 29th of December, 29th, 30th of December, Venus is going to move into Sagittarius. That should be quite exciting. Venus will move into Sagittarius. That will speed things up. She's been doing a madness since she's been in Scorpio. Let's not there. She's been doing a madness, and now she's opposing Uranus. Well, God knows anything's possible. But she has been doing a madness. This will lighten up the mood. It will cheer things up. Venus becomes a bit more exciting, a bit more fiery. We'll take that. We'll take Venus in Sagittarius. Why not? That's a good good placement. And then what else is going to be happening? Well, Venus will move into Sagittarius on the 30th of December. What is going to happen? She's going to square Saturn. People, pay attention. This one is carrying us in to the new year. As a matter of fact, the square between Saturn and Venus is going to perfect practically on the 1st of January. On the 1st of January, Venus is going to be stopped dead in her tracks. I bet you. Pay close attention, people. I bet you. There's going to be a fall in the stock markets, and there's going to be issues around finances. Did I speak about this in my newsletter? I may put that in there. So have a read about that one tomorrow. Venus square Saturn will inhibit things. We might feel the coldness. It might get a bit difficult relationship-wise. So do watch that one. That square perfects on the 1st. I'll be speaking about that also again on my lecture. No, it's in my lecture. Got a lecture, ladies and gents, on the 28th at 7:30 p.m. I'm going to be doing a lecture showing you how the year 2024 is going to be unraveling, and the highs and the lows, the pitfalls, what to watch out for, and so on and so forth. Not much. 20 squid. For you Americans, £20. What's the dollar's fallen now, isn't it? What's £20 in dollars? It's about $30, something like that. So yeah. So on the 1st, however, another interesting thing, on the 1st, Mercury stations to go direct. So Mercury comes out of retrograde. What's that? The Singing Astrologer. Welcome to the Singing Astrologer. Glad to have you here. Welcome. Welcome. Is it Agzir? I'm terrible with names. Please forgive me. So 1st of January, 2024. Yeah, we're in the new year. Venus square Saturn. Mercury comes out of retrograde. He actually stations. He doesn't actually start moving forward until the 3rd, but he stations. He stationed on the 1st of January to come out of retrograde. We'll take that. At least it's a move forward. But I'm conscious about this Venus square Saturn on the 1st of January, because that's going to mark something. Yeah. So watch your money, especially around that time. First week in January. For those of you doing New Year sales, yeah. For those of you doing New Year sales, stay away from them shops now. Because they ain't giving you no bargain. Not with a Saturn square Venus. So yeah, watch out for that. So yeah, Saturn square Venus. So yeah, it's all good. We'll take it. What else is going to be happening coming up in the new year? I think I may be leaving it around there. We've done the Sun trine Jupiter. That's going to be earlier on. What else is going to be happening? 7th of January. 8th of January. 9th of January. Mercury is going to be squaring Neptune. Watch out for your fraud. Watch out for the scams. Watch out for the misinformation. Watch out for the lack of clarity in information. Watch out for things going missing. Mercury is going to be squaring Neptune starting from about the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. The 9th is when it's going to perfect squaring Neptune. Not so great. So do watch out for that. And a few days before that, I must say also as well, on the 4th, 5th, will it be on the 5th? Looks like it's going to be on the 4th. On the 4th of January, Mars moves into Capricorn. That's good. He's exalted there. We'll take that. Great for hard work. Great for some hard work. So we'll take that. We need a bit of hard work. That's really going to take us steady right there. So that's a good start to the year. Mars moves into Capricorn. And then what else? Starting from, again, 5th, 6th, Mercury is going to be squaring Neptune. and where I will leave it is on the 11th of January. There's going to be a new moon in the sign of Capricorn. Yep, we got a new moon in the sign of Capricorn.
Awesome.
Yep, it is. It should be. It's going to be roughly around 20 degrees. I will be speaking about that closer to the time and what it is that we can be watching out for, planting new seeds for the new year 2024. So yeah, it is what it is. Mason saying hard work is good after all this Venus wilding out. Yeah, I guess so. Hard work is good. Yeah, there's going to be, we got some good aspects sort of like coming up to the end of the year, but a couple of challenging ones here just at the beginning. Yeah, you know, it's a bit of a mixed bag. There's always going to be mitigations for sure. But yeah, that is the news from the cosmos for the next couple of weeks. So do watch out for that. And I am going to stop sharing my screen now. And we are back. What else? It's that time. We all know what time it is. Competition time. It looks like I'm going to be presenting another question. Why? There's still no winners, by the way. Just to let you know, there are still no winners. What was last week's prize? Oh, it was meant to be for 30 skrilla, wasn't it? 30 pounds. 30 pounds is what it's meant to be for. What was the question? The question was, oh, by the way, the winners for not last week's winner. Well, I think it was last week's winner and the week before. I think Christian won the last one, the book. The book's still here. Don't worry. I'm gonna post it. I did want to post it, but I wasn't going out in that rain yesterday. I was like, dead that. No, that weren't for me. That rain did not have my name on it. I stayed indoors, nice and warm. So I asked a question about what lunar phase favors the buyer. What lunar phase favors the buyer is what, and got two answers. I'm going to go to them now. Shout out to Tiffany. I see you joined the competition. I like that. That's cool. Great stuff there. Question: what's the best time during the lunar cycle to make a purchase? And you said between the first quarter and full moon. Hey, there's 2 quarters there. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Is it the first quarter or the second quarter? Either way, you were wrong anyway. And Christian tried it as well. Guess what? He answered the same thing. You're both wrong, man. You're both wrong. Shout out to White Flower Gate, is it? Welcome to the show. You are both wrong. So I'm going to ask another question. The answer, remember I said the buyer. For the person who is buying, not for the person who's selling, for the person who's buying. The best phase, the best cycle or lunar phase in which to do that. What's happening here? Am I freezing there on the Facebook? Why is it looking like I'm freezing up here? Or is it just me? As I said, Facebook. Sorry, on the YouTube. Did I freeze on the YouTube? I didn't freeze, did I? Surely not. There's Mercury retrograde, you know, with this new platform. I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't see no comments coming in, so I don't think I froze. I think it was just my computer, maybe. Yes, the best phase. How are you doing? White Flower Gate. Hope you're well. The best phase for the buyer is the final or the fourth quarter. The last of the waning phases is the best one for the buyer. Thanks a lot, Tiffany. I am not frozen. Yes, I know I'm not frozen. So I'm going to ask another question. It's for £30. It's an astrological one. Here, let's go again. In astrology, in mundane astrology or farming astrology. Yeah, Tiffany's going, how come last quarter? Yeah, that's right. Because I'm buying, so I'm buying, it's coming to me. Something is coming to me. If you're buying, something's coming to you. So you want it in that last quarter. Hence why it favors the buyer. So yeah. So there's certain phases that favor the seller or the buyer. There's some that it's a bit in between. Yeah, it favors both at certain points. So yeah, all depends. So yeah. So so if it was the seller, of course, then there's certain times, obviously, when it's waxing, yeah, because you're selling, you're putting it out there. It's for the seller. Right. Okay. So here is the next one. In mundane astrology, when looking at farming, what house represents the trees or the plant that you are planting? What house will signify the results or the nature of the tree, what you are planting in mundane or farming astrology? For those of you who are joining for the first time, if you want to get in on the act and you want £30, do not answer now. Nobody answers now. You answer next week, Wednesday, which is going to be the 27th on the full moon. And it's the first person who inboxes me at the Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. Mason's saying I'm not saying the Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. The Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. The first person who inboxes me from midnight on the Wednesday, they will get the £30 sent to their whatever account, PayPal, Cash App, whatever it is you use. Or it could be bank transfer. It can be that too. They will get the £30. In mundane astrology, to do with farming, what house represents the trees, the nature of the tree, or the fruit of the tree, we could say? What house will favor? What house do we look at? Okay. Yeah. That is the question. First person who inboxes me next week Wednesday from 12 midnight gets the £30. That's the question for this week. For those of you who are going to be watching the recording of this, by the way, for those of you on the YouTube, you won't be able to, because I do take it down and just put a little bit of edits and put the words and that kind of stuff. Probably we'll have to cut out all that, edit, stuff that needs editing. You know how we do. So basically, for those of you who are watching the repeat, you'll see the email address come at the bottom of the screen, the Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. The Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. I always normally post it there if you look on the videos, for those of you recording. And for those of you who are also listening on the podcast, I never advertise that enough. I am available on all podcast platforms, by the way. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, Podchasers, the list goes on. So you can hear the show there. And just to let you know, I'm not too sure if I'm going to be doing it this Sunday coming, although I might do. But I'm also going to be uploading my Sunday show also to YouTube as well. How do you like that? So there'll be an extra one on Sunday. It's not going to be live. Although I may do it and start and putting it up there live, you know. I might stream it live. I might just do that. Let's see. Let's see. So it's going to be there on Sunday as well. So the only astrology show that's twice a week, right here on the Lunar Lounge. What else, baby? Well, it's that time of the week. It's the tarot card of the week, baby. We are at that stage of the show slowly coming to an end. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards here, going to give it a cut, and let's see. Mr. Aura says, that's great. I missed Sunday's show. Do you know why you missed Sunday's show, Sister Aura? Do you know what? Because there wasn't one. I didn't do one on Sunday. I couldn't get to listen. See this December? I tell you. Busy is not the word. So there wasn't one Sunday gone, fun enough. Yeah, guilty as charged. I mean, yeah. But normally there'll be, starting from this Sunday, there will be, and it will be uploaded also on the YouTube as well. So you know, when it's on the podcast or the YouTube, you'll be able to watch it. I said watch it, but listen to it. You'll be able to listen to it on the podcast. Because some people just listen to it maybe at work or on the go or whatever. You know how we listen to, you know, podcasts. That's how it is. So it is what it is. Christian's asking, what's happening, bro? You got a cold? Yeah. You can sense it. The sinuses are blocking up. Nothing that what's on lemon won't fix up. Don't you worry about that. Lemon and ginger, kick it out. But yeah, got a bit of a cold. I'm clogged up. I'm overworked. I'm underpaid. But yeah. So yeah, it's all good. Oh yeah, no need to feel bad. There was no show. So tarot card of the week. Let's have a look. I mean, last week we got what? Didn't we get the I know there was a week where we got the King, Queen of wands and I can't recall. Anyway, what's today? Chris is saying I'm struggling with Neptune. Saps all my energy. Yeah. Neptune will do that. Shout outs to, is it Cami Vega? Cami Vega. Welcome to the show, Cami Vega. Just about to pick tarot card of the week. Yeah, so yeah, you too, bro. Get well. There's meant to be just before I pull out the tarot card, there's meant to be some bug going around. And apparently, you never know. You never know where the source of this information is really coming from. Although there could be some element of truth to it. Because everybody who they've all got this bug, everyone's got a little bit of a cold and all this kind of stuff. And okay, that's expected at this time of the year anyway. You know, especially for us in, you know, UK or colder regions of the world, because it gets cold, right? So we get that. But supposedly, there's meant to be some bug, which is another strand of COVID, and apparently it's less less detectable or harder to detect in some kind of way, and the symptoms are a little bit similar to COVID, but then there's symptoms of it that are not similar, and apparently, supposedly, the governments don't want to alarm people. They want to keep it under wraps because they don't want people panicking, and there could be another lockdown. Yeah, right. Oh God, I tell you, these people. Another lockdown. Another lockdown happened. That's it. We finish. I mean, people still have not recovered from that lockdown. We still haven't recovered fully. I don't mean health-wise, but, economic-wise, financially-wise, it knocked people for six, that one. It really did. Another lockdown? I mean, me personally, I wouldn't mind another lockdown. And I don't want to be cruel. One man's meat is another man's poison. I say bring it on. Lockdown, yes. Some of us need to be in a lockdown. You don't get it. But anyway, yeah. Maybe another 6 months lockdown, something like that. UK economy comes first, not people. No lockdown. Yeah, exactly. I can't see another lockdown. I can't see. People will have to be half dead before they consider that one. But yeah, that's supposedly what the I don't want to call them conspiracy theories, but that's some of the information that I've heard. I've been hearing some horse coughing at work. Yvette, you make me laugh. Yvette said she's been hearing some horse coughing at work. Okay. I hope your work does not have this show on loudspeaker. Because if it is, you're about to lose your job. So no, we don't want that one. Do not put this show on loudspeaker, whatever you do, okay? Because if you do, that's what will happen. You'll be fine. Oh, you're at home. Well, no worries then. You're in good company. So yeah. Anyway, tarot card of the week. I try my best to on Wednesday. Okay. To work from home on Wednesday. Okay. All right, that's good. Some people got it nice. Can work from home whenever you want. Okay, so what is the card of the week? I'm just going to cut the card. Whatever card comes up on the screen, card of the week. What do we got? Oh, I'm loving that one. We got the Six of Pentacles, people. Six of Pentacles is the card of the week. I just cut it. That's it. Six of Pentacles. That's real good. What is the Six of Pentacles about? What is the message for us of the week coming? Well, it splits into two factors. The sixes are always about balance. It's always about harmony. Yeah, that's what the sixes are about. The Six of Pentacles is about generosity, opportunity presenting itself. This card is letting us know that over the course of the next week, we are going to be privileged. We are going to be, we could say, blessed or fortunate to where the doors of generosity and opportunity will open up to us. But not only that, this card is also saying that we also need to also present that same generosity and opportunity to also give it to other people also as well. This can often also indicate things that we didn't have to work for, money that we didn't have to work for, is what the Six of Pentacles can often indicate. Money that we didn't have to work for, money that comes to us, whether it's a bonus, whether it's somebody giving us money, could be finding money, somebody being quite, generous with their money. This is what it is. But it's not always about money. It can also be something that can be just an opportunity. Somebody being generous in a particular way that gives us an opportunity. That is how the Six of Pentacles will and does tend to manifest for us. I need to get this. This is what's happening here. I need to change in my settings about this mirroring thing. Yeah, because that's what's confusing me. I'm not sure. Shall I move it there? Move it there? But yeah, it is what it is. So that is the card of the week, Six of Pentacles. So let us be mindful over the course of the next week about, let's be open to be able to receive generosity from others, whether it's help, could be financial help, could be physical help, could be emotional, it could come in so many different ways, shapes and forms for us. If it's financial, yeah, of course, we love that, don't we? Nobody shies away from that. So that's very, very good. So, but also as well, our ability to also present that to other people as well. And to be quite honest, I mean, let's face it is that time of the year. We may not necessarily all celebrate quote unquote Christmas or, that kind of things. Not everybody's of that, if you want to say that, that philosophy or that ideology. But we do know that, I mean, just like I was saying earlier on, it is that time, if we start looking at the earthly purposes of these celebrations, and it's the harvest period, and it's the winter solstice, and we've got New Year coming up. These are times where it is very good to perhaps maybe do some acts of charity for people who may be in a less situation or not as fortunate as we may be, and we may be the one that is also offering the six. The Six of Pentacles is like a karma. It's got a karmic kind of energy to it. We reap what we sow. This is what this is about. We're about to reap something that has been sown, whether we say from the past, but we're about to reap it, and it's about to make itself present to us over the course of the next week. You'll see it. So it's the six. It's about that balance. Hence why it's holding that scales. That is the Six of Pentacles. That is the card for the week. People. I want to thank every single one of you for partaking, for being a part of the show. But the show must come to an end. As you all know, Tiffany is saying, I am open to receiving unexpected generosity and financial blessings. Yes. Amen to that. I share to that. Most definitely. Shout out to Nye, who's just joined me here on the Instagram when the show is finishing. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'll be back on Sunday. Like I said, the Sunday shows now are going to start to be uploaded also on the YouTube. So do watch out for that. You all know the rules about the competition. So yeah, do that. Hello, my dear. Hope you're well. Welcome to the show. And like I said, I'm still playing around with this platform. Hopefully starting from Sunday. You will start, for you guys on the Instagram, will start to be able to, because I've got a platform now where I can stream everything all from one platform. So you'll be able to see everything that the people on the YouTube see, be able to see my astrology charts when I'm bringing them up. Again, it can make it more interactive. For those of you who I've got your email, starting from tomorrow, you're also going to be receiving my newsletter. Finally here. The Sacred Planets newsletter is here. Anybody and everybody's email who I've got, you're gonna be sending it. You're gonna be getting it. So it is what it is. Shout outs to Angela. Happy Christ Mass, everyone. Yes, same to you too. And I will be back on the live next week on the 27th on the full moon. On the full moon in Cancer. God damn it. You couldn't plan this if you tried, I tell you. On that note, people, I want to say thank you very, very much. And stay blessed, stay good. Thank you for your participation once again. And
welcome
I will be
the Lunar Lounge.
The Hitmakers.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
The Hitmakers.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.